Voy a hacer una entrevista ahora. Un podcast.
Pongan la información.
Pues si yo hablé con el lender mío de Hard Money, y él puede hacer el mismo negocio con 10% a cada niño, en vez del 20%.
No.
Por la experiencia que yo tuve y por la relación que tengo con el lender. Y eso.
Porque el hombre.
¿Usted va a hacer la construcción o prefiere que usted me encargue y te dé un estimado? Para mí es lo mismo. Porque también el prestamista no puede dar dinero para los negros. Y eso. Y es para mí.
Que no salga en el espejo.
Decirle lo que queremos hacer. Yo creo que requiere un variance. Variance indica que vamos a estar
Not supposed to know what, because you got extra cover in the lens.
Ese variance no se debe demorar mucho. Requiere que el arquitecto, yo le tengo aquí más mexicano que sabe hacia el dibujo y después de ahí.
Se fue que se le cayó el Gmail, que se lo rompió.
Yo creo
Y
que
le mandaron un Stanley nuevo y yo cogí el viejo.
Tiene el Pink Stanley. Tiene el Pink Stanley.
Se rompió. Ah, no, pero el mío blanco. El mío blanco. No, pero es la luz que va a ser el pink. Es de beige. No, beige. Que no, mira, es beige, mira. Mira. ¿Tú ves que viene esto? Porque el tuyo viene pink aquí.
That's pink.
A ver, no es este beige. La luz se ve pink. Chequeale de Karen que tiene eso pink. Mira, cuando lo pongo aquí.
Se ve diferente. Se ve beige en el espejo. Ah.
Mira, es beige. Chequea el tuyo que tiene
It's
eso
okay,
pink.
bro. Men can wear pink. Men can have
No,
pink.
pero yo estoy bien. Oh,
Está bien.
I like
Yeah, bro. Vamos.
Sí, mira para allá. Recuerda que te veo con el micrófono puesto ahí. Quítale el micrófono. Va a sonar. Va a sonar. Va. Oye, tengo mi agua acá frita aquí. Mira, si quieres beber popeo, ¿quieres una? ¿Esto es mejor? That's the Gatorade electro water. I have a whole bottle. Y una, no, pero
Hasta luego.
yo te dije, yo sé del tiempo. Yo dije, a las 8 comienza la entrevista. 156. A las 8 que no me está ready. Ahí está la agua tuya y del hombre. Bueno, nosotros no promocionamos eso. We don't sponsor these people. We don't have no sponsors. Y esto también, esto está live. Oh, no, aquí. Aquí.
Your Stanley Cup. Is your Stanley Cup pink?
A ver, tengo que meterme.
We have a debate here.
Is it pink?
Is
Is
his,
the dress yellow or blue?
is his Stanley Cup pink or beige?
How you see it, guys? Is pink or is beige?
Well, actually, in the camera, it looks right now.
It's a little, you see?
It looks
And look at my cover on top. This is beige. What do you think? Come on the comments. Tell me. Oh, by the way, if you have a Stanley Cup and the handle breaks, go to Stanley.com and put a claim. You get a new.
Look at that.
You
We're
get a
getting
new.
live tips. We're getting live
So
tips.
you gotta send a picture.
Vamos.
Oh, yeah. ¿Y no te tienes que enseñar a cómo usar? Did he send you the same color?
Vamos, Nelson.
Well, you could ask for the color, but it might not come in. Well, they're going to send you one in.
I actually want to get a black one.
Vamos,
All right. Vamos.
Estamos bien, gracias a Dios.
Vamos. Hey.
Yo lo veo bien.
Nelson siempre está, sabe, era un profesional. Hey guys, listen. For those of you live, we're live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. And listen, I started this a few weeks ago where I said, you know, instead of me doing live streams and podcasts and whatnot, let me go into businesses in the communities that we live, work, and serve in, right? So we can highlight some businesses, but also we can have some real conversations that's unscripted. Podcast can be scripted and it's edited. This is gonna be live to you raw, right? And I'm so happy that, you know, I called my friend Jose Perez, who's the owner of Post Cuts here in Roseville Park, Union County, New Jersey, and he's gonna talk about his background throughout this process as well. We want you to get to know Jose because he's been doing this longer, right?
29 years, going to 30 on June.
30 years.
On June.
You beat me.
Right? So we got a real he's owned barbershops in different places and whatnot. So shout out to Jose. And then I reached out to some of my good realtor partners, especially those that speak Spanish, because we are gonna have a segment here where we're gonna speak Spanish because we want to make sure that we continue to educate the Spanish-speaking community. So I called up my boy Nelson Gonzalez, who's been doing this. Nelson, how long have you been doing real estate, man?
My name is Nelson Gonzalez. I've been a licensed real estate agent. In August, it'll be 25 years.
25 years.
I've seen it all.
So between Nelson's 25 years and Jose's 30 years, you got 55 years of experience. So you got some OGs in their respective industries. So what better way to have a conversation with people that have seen it all, right? You've probably seen both businesses evolve and change. I remember talking to Jose. You had a barbershop in Washington Heights, right?
Yeah, I had a barbershop in Washington Heights, exactly 1601 West 161st. It's still there.
Yeah.
Because I sold it, and the people that bought it, they wanted to keep my name because it was the oldest barbershop in town.
Got it.
So I passed by it, they still got my name.
Still got your name on it. But I was having a great conversation with Jose the other day because Jose's an entrepreneur, right? And I remember his shop in Washington Heights. He had an internet cafe when it was hot in there, right? He was selling product, merchandise, all kinds of stuff to make sure that he stayed viable and ahead of the game. And then Nelson, you've seen it all, man.
Yeah. My motto is experience matters. So
experience matters.
Yeah.
So let's get started with that, right? Actually, you know what? Before we get started with some real heavy questions, right? I want to go ahead and just get started with some icebreakers. Let's keep it fun because here's the thing, guys. These live streams, we want to keep it light. We want to keep it fun. We want to interact. If there's any questions, anybody here in the live, we're going to be posting clips. But let me ask you, right? You're getting your hair cut. You're getting a shape up. How does it feel cheating on your barber right now?
Yeah, I only have 2 barbers after 25 years.
So you know what you got to do.
But I'm in good hands.
You're in good hands. But
30 años.
30 años.
Y es pelo. It'll grow back in 2 weeks.
Yeah. He's great. But mira, that's probably one of the most loyal relationships that a man has, right? Is his barber.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right? So what you got to do is when we post these clips, block your barber so he doesn't see it.
And that's the same relationship realtors have with their mortgage reps. You got to trust them.
You got to have a trust, right? And I think that's a really great way to put it, right? Because the team that you work with is really going to dictate the experience that we provide for anybody that's looking to get a mortgage, any type of mortgage, right? So let me ask you this, right? What's worse, a bad haircut or a bad real estate transaction?
Definitely a bad real estate transaction. That can hurt you financially.
Yeah.
And that can last years. A haircut, it'll go back in 2 or 3 days.
Go back. You can wear a hat. And you can wear a hat.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree with that.
You got hats around?
So talking about bad real estate deals, right? Do you remember a really one that went sideways, one that you were like, what the hell? Like, do you have a recent horror story for people?
There's more good stories than bad in this business. Thank God we help a lot of families achieve the American dream.
Yeah.
But me, I've lost money in real estate, so that's a good, learning experience. But the goal is not bad experiences, to focus on the good ones to help families.
Correct. Yeah, you know what? And I want to put a piggyback on that, right? So the reason why, how I got into this industry as a mortgage lender, I used to work with, big retailers, Fortune 50 companies, and I used to lead large teams. And I was fortunate to be a decent enough performer to get restricted stock units and stock options. And I started dabbling and investing in real estate with hard money and learning how to flip homes. And I did it in the beginning passively learning. But then I went ahead, Nelson, and I took on a monster of a project. Instead of staying back then in the $300,000 range,
Take a risk.
I took a huge risk. I did it at a level in a nice town. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars in a reno, and man, it was probably one of the most stressful years that I had.
I've been there.
Right? But here's the thing: when you don't lose, you grow, right? And I had a college education, and I realized, you know what? Let me get serious about lending and make sure that this goes well, so I can do this again down the road and learn from my mistakes.
Would you add another level again?
I don't know if I'll do that right now.
It's tough.
I don't know if I'll do that right now. I mean, listen. Sometimes you get a home run of a deal, but you've seen. I heard you talking earlier about hard money lending and whatnot, right? The deals are coming further and further in between, right?
Eco contractors, materials have gone up, so it's risky.
Yeah, I think when a lot of people think it's glamorous and they see these Instagram and they think it's sexy, and but people don't talk about the risks and the tax implications. Like I'm still dealing with tax implications for when I was flipping homes. So the fact of the matter is that you have to really learn. And my advice to you is, if that's something that you want to do, partner with somebody who's done it before.
Yep.
Don't try it on your own.
I've actually talked clients out of deals. This isn't for you.
Yeah.
You're paying too much. It's too risky. So I do that. I don't do it for the commission.
Yeah.
I do it for the long-term relationship. But I've talked people out of deals.
Well, that says a lot about you, and that also is a testament to why you've been doing this for 25 years. Yeah. Because listen, there's some people that want to come in and make a quick buck, but they're not gonna last. Because this business is about integrity, doing the right things for people, so they can continue coming back to you.
1,000%.
Right?
1,000%.
So, how about? Do you have we talked about a bad deal, right? But have you had a funny story or crazy situation that's happened recently?
Yeah, I have a ton of them, but a couple come to mind. I was showing a house when the market crashed. I'm in Patterson. I open the door and I go in and I smell weed and I see red walls everywhere. So I'm like, you know what? We shouldn't go in this house.
The red walls were painted.
All the walls were painted red, so that's gangs. So he said, you know what? We shouldn't go in this house. And we walked out. Another time I went to an abandoned house. They didn't cut the grass in the back, and some animal was coming at me. It was coming at me. I ran or closed the door so fast. I don't know what the hell it was.
You don't know what?
Something was coming after me. Could have been a
Chupacabra.
Squirrel. I don't know what it was. Something was coming after me. So
yeah, man. Listen, people don't realize that when you're out there, you're showing homes, right? In good neighborhoods, bad neighborhoods, even in good neighborhoods, it can be crazy stories, right? Because you're out there working with people.
Yes, when you're going somewhere, you wind up in a different house, different neighborhood.
Yeah,
it's happened. You open the door to a different house. It's just, it's not easy.
You know what?
It's not glamorous either.
It's not glamorous. And you know what? One of the things that a couple years ago, there was a lot of things like on social media and they talk about realtors, commissions and whatnot. And there's a misconception. People think that realtors are overpaid. And let me tell you, if anything, they're underpaid because of all the things that you got to go through. People only see when you close a transaction, if they even see that.
There's a lot to it. You have to make sure the person's pre-qualified, they stay within their budget. You have to show them houses, put offers together, get the inclinations. Like driving here, I just got a call that my client's offer wasn't accepted. So that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. It's not an easy thing, guys. I mean, you're dealing with multiple people at the same time. They're trying to achieve the American dream of homeownership, Jose, when you can, maybe you could just put the volume down a little bit para que no oiga. But they're trying to achieve the American dream of home ownership, right? And it could be very emotional for them, right? And you, as a realtor, you're the point guard of the whole transaction.
Sometimes there's even buyer remorse. You get them a good deal, you get them a good rate, and they're still like, oh my God, it starts hitting you like, I gotta pay this mortgage, I gotta take responsibility, and you gotta put them at ease that real estate is still the best long-term investment.
You know what? I do lives 3 times a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays. Every other week I do a webinar on Thursday where I share my screen and people can actually go on live and see it.
I see it.
And you know what? Here's the thing, right? We talk about that. We talk about the fact that owning a home, when you own a home, did you know that a homeowner, and the average homeowner is over 40 times wealthier than a renter?
That's beautiful. That's life-changing right there.
And it's not a get-rich-quick thing.
No.
It doesn't happen overnight, guys. But when you're talking about an asset worth hundreds of thousands of dollars appreciating anywhere between 2 to 5% year over year, that's when you gain wealth.
I sold somebody a house maybe 10 years ago for $225,000. Now they might be ready to sell this summer. House is worth $900,000.
$900,000.
Life changing.
What would you do, guys? What would you do if you're gonna make if tomorrow you sell something, now you have $700,000 in your bank account? You're talking about, right? This is money where you can make some investments so you can be well off for the rest of your life, and invest so that way your kids can
be well off. They didn't teach us that in school,
right?
Nope. They didn't teach us about money.
And this
generational wealth.
And this is something that that I was actually I posted something in TikTok the other day, and a guy went back and forth, and I was trying to obviously educate him, and I was saying I was using the math of in New Jersey, right, we're the most densely populated state across the most densely populated city, right? And if you buy a house for $500,000, which in North Jersey the average single family property is worth more than that, right?
Hey, the barbershop's closed.
There he is. What's up, brother? Good seeing you, man. How's everything?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, bro. Yeah. How's the fam?
Victor. Good. Everybody's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a, we have a popping guest. Come say hi to the cameras.
Yeah.
What up? Hey, there you go. Family's good?
Yeah, everybody's good.
Good,
yeah.
man. Good.
Victor just went back and was here for spring break.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. Look, we're here live. Everything happens in the barbershop. The whole neighborhood pops up.
Yeah.
So we're talking about real estate, and I was using this example that in North Jersey, the average price point of a single family home is north of $500,000. But let's just use $500,000 as an example, right? The projected appreciation across the country right now is about 4.5%. In New Jersey, is a little higher because we're densely populated, because we have much more demand than other places.
Job market is good. Unemployment is steady.
Right? So now let's just say that this $500,000 house increased by 5% a year for the next 4 years, which quite honestly, guys, is something that's very, very much is attainable. So 5% in 1 year on a $500,000 house is $25,000. So that means that in 4 years, you're gonna have $100,000 in equity. Now, what people don't realize is, listen, you don't really own the house outright until you pay off that mortgage. But what you do own is the equity, because just like Nelson was talking about, that person that's gonna net $700,000 in the sale of their house if they sell it.
Yeah.
And guess what? Now this person, right, is gonna have $100,000 in equity. How long does it take you to save $100,000?
30 years. Yeah.
Probably a lot of people never. Nelson, right? Especially with the cost of living, the way it's happening, it's going higher and higher. Gas prices, you see gas prices, you see right, grocery bills. Nothing gets cheaper, right? But a house is one of the things that is gonna help offset that inflation, that cost of living because of the appreciation.
And if it's a multi-family, then you have even more tax benefits.
Oh, can you listen? I'm glad you brought that up. Can you elaborate on why buying a multifamily property is a good first investment?
It's a great investment because the tenant pays probably half of your mortgage.
It's huge.
You keep that as an investment property in 5 years and then move into your one family. That's the goal.
So what you're talking about is house hacking.
Yeah.
One of the things that I wish I can do, right? When I bought my house in 2008, and I grew up in Jersey City, Bayonne. I lived in multifamily houses my whole life. Then I went to school in Florida, and there weren't a lot of multifamily houses down there. So when I came back up, I didn't want to live in a multifamily, and I didn't want to live in a congested city.
Probably a mistake now.
Probably a mistake.
Jersey City Heights is booming. $1 million homes everywhere.
Yeah. But you know what? You don't know what you know. You can't look back, right?
Yeah.
But regardless.
But you and I, if we want to buy a multifamily now, we got to put 25% down. But if you want to elaborate a little bit on a house hacking tactic,
I think that's a great point, right? Because here's the thing. Here's how house hacking works. If you buy a multifamily house, and it could be up to a 4-family house, guys, and you can buy with 3.5% down, right? So you can buy a 4-family house, live in it for a year, right? You can either refinance that property or keep it and buy another property. It might have to be a bigger down payment, right? But you can actually go from a 4-family to a 3-family to a 2 to a 1 to a bigger one. And every time you're doing so, you can upgrade the quality of your life and move into that property with the minimum down payment. Because if you buy a single-family house to start, and now you want to invest in a 2-family house, the bank says it's an investment, 25% down, higher interest rate.
So you're telling me if you go for your first home, it doesn't have to be a single home.
Doesn't have to be.
it's better if it's a multi.
Matter of fact, our kids. So listen, your kids going to college again. I told my kids this, and our kids, their first house should be a multifamily home. And listen, and it's not going to be your forever home. It's not going to be your dream home, but you can have multiple homes in a short amount of time instead of having to save 25% to buy your next house, multifamily house.
You might never say it.
You might never save it.
And many people think the only way to go is the first home has to be a single family home.
Yeah.
Because of the FHA 3.5, they don't know that they can actually use it for a 3-family.
4-family.
4-family.
Up to 4 families.
So you can go up to a 4-family is considered residential. Anything above a 4-family unit is considered commercial. Now you need a bigger down payment. So the FHA is a federally insured loan. You can put down 3.5% to up to a 4-family property. So just think about it. If our kids start working, they could buy a 4-family house with 3.5% down, live in it for a minute, right? Let's say once the house has enough equity where they can refinance to a conventional loan, now they can go ahead and buy a 3-family house with an FHA loan of 3.5%. Because here's the thing, you can have an FHA loan several times throughout your lifetime. You just can have more than one FHA loan at once, right? So now you could do that over and over. So Jose, in 10 years, you can potentially have 4 properties buying with 3.5% down at the rate of depreciation that is happening.
And as long as you don't live on the home,
you're gonna
have 2.
You can put 3.5% down if you're gonna live in that property, but you can go from a 4 to a 3, 3 to a 2, 2 to a 1 using the FHA as long as the other property is not an FHA loan. So you have to buy it, refinance it, but let time do the work. So right now, to buy a 4-family house, for example, conventional, you got to put 20% down. 3-family, you got to put 50% down, I believe, right? But if you buy 3.5%, and in the next, if this house appreciates by 5% a year, in the next 4 years, close to 4 years, you're gonna have 80%. You can refinance that bad boy to a conventional. Now you can use your FHA again. Now here's the thing: once you get to a 3-family house and you want to buy, let's say you buy a 3-family house with an FHA loan, you can buy a 2-family house with 5% down conventional. You don't even need to refinance that one. Because you can buy a 2-family house with 5% down, right? So you don't even have to wait for the market to get to where it needs to be. You can just say, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to rent out my unit, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to purchase my next property with 5% down. So
and for how long you need to keep that home on a FHA to go to the next.
Well, whenever you buy a property, whether it's FHA or conventional, as a primary residence, it's basically the bank's expecting you to live in that property for at least a year. But there's been times that in 6 months people buy a house. You move, things happen. There has to be circumstances that you can prove that you're gonna live in the property, right? So there's exceptions that could be made. It's
So
pretty
you
cool.
outgrow the house, you now have 3 kids, the house is small, I've seen that sometimes.
Yeah.
So you show that as proof, right?
Yeah, and you say, listen, I have this 2-family house. I have a 2-3 bedroom. I need to buy a single family house because my kids are getting bigger. We need my own space. I want to buy another property with 4 bedrooms, right? And that's a quality of life improvement. So I have this conversation almost daily because people want to house hack, but you can't house hack. You can't go from a 3-family to a 3-family to a 3-family with minimum down payment, right? Because the bank's gonna be like, well, that's not a quality of life improvement, right? So Nelson, let's talk about the market today. What's going on? What's going on with the market? How you feeling? Good market, bad market, crazy market?
It's been challenging for everybody, not only realtors, mortgage reps, home inspectors, attorneys, but you just gotta battle through it. People still need homes, people still having babies and need somewhere to live, people getting divorced,
getting married,
relocation, job relocation. So people still need to buy regardless of what the rates in the market looks like.
So when you say it's tough, right? What's making it tough? Is it inventory? Is it interest rates? Is it a combination?
Inventory, affordability.
Yeah, you know what? It kind of sometimes in this market, it may feel like buying a home is unattainable. And it feels like it's slipping away from our fingers, and achieving the American dream is getting a little bit more difficult. But the biggest thing is to not impossible, and is to really work with the right people that are going to guide you. Listen, you may not be ready today, and I'm going to keep it real with you and say you're not ready today, but this is what we're going to put you on the right path
Next year,
right?
Do you taxes this way, or
do you have to work on your credit, right?
income? You might be an Uber driver and you're not reporting a lot, but you still make 6 figures. I see that a lot.
What's your income like? Hey, does your company match your 401k dollar for dollar? Are you contributing to it? You're only contributing 2%, but they match 5%. Hey, go 5%. Now you're gonna get some money from them. Now you're gonna have more money to be able to withdraw from your 401k to put in your down payment. Right? So these are the things that we talk about to educate people, to prepare them. And what most banks do, or even realtors do, if you're not ready today, they're not gonna spend their time. But when you work with people that have been doing this for 25 years, and with someone like myself, we're gonna put you in the right path, and we're not gonna forget you. Right? It's about checking in on you, you checking in on us, so we can put you in our path. Listen, if I speak to 20 people a day, Nelson, I'd be lucky if one of them is ready to buy a house today, right? But if I prepare 20 people, and depending on where they're at, eventually they're gonna come back, right? So eventually that we'll be able to help more people, which is important.
I helped one client alone get 4 houses.
4 houses.
This one has all of them. Beautiful thing.
Wealth, right? Amazing.
The repeating customer.
But that's what it's
That's
about.
what I like, repeating customers.
So actually, Jose, let's talk to you a little bit, right? So, how long have you had this shop here in Rosa Park?
This one, I started exactly after the pandemic, and so right now we're going to the 6th year in March,
Got it.
and I was cutting my head off, and this time I did it differently because with the years you learn from your mistakes. And in New York, I had 2 shops, 20 people working for me. But I did everything differently because I was learning the business while ago. And when I came here, I was thinking way differently than what I was thinking over there. So this time, I decided to have a partner. He's not here today, but I decided to have a partner to have a little more freedom, not to have to be 24/7 on the business. So now I get to go on vacations, and somebody
You just came back from DR.
Yeah, I just came back. Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. When did you come back?
This is not my actual
Color,
color.
yeah. When did you get back from DR?
I came back Thursday. I
Yeah.
was there for 10 days. I didn't even look at the camera. Because now
Yeah.
Or before I had to like be looking at the camera, what's going on?
Yeah.
Are they doing a party
They
after
close
the
the door.
So now I don't have to do that. And you know, the acquisition was differently. Before maybe I had to like put all my money in, but now I get a loan and I start the business with a loan, then pay it back. And you know, everything's different. Before we only did like only maybe cash transactions. Now we have a merchant account, you know, and through the merchant account, guess what? I get a loan for whatever I need. So it's good to, you know.
Yeah, because a merchant account sees the transactions and they see the money coming in, so they'll be able to extend you more credit so you can continue to reinvest into your business.
So sometimes us barber owners, you know, we want to hide all that money, not to pay so much tax. But guess what? It's better to pay a little more, and then you can use the bank's money to make other businesses or other ventures. You know, that's the way to go. You know,
That's smart. That's really smart. And I think, you know, right now you mentioned something because we're in the midst of tax season, right? April 15th is when most people file taxes. I know a lot of people are going to be doing extensions. But this is really important to talk about because people are going ahead and they're filing their taxes now. If you're self-employed, right, and you want to buy a house, you got to make sure that your accountant knows that, and you got to make sure that you talk to a mortgage advisor now, right? Because I just had a conversation with a lady today. She's filing her taxes, but she bought a house. She bought a house with private money. She has a high interest rate on it, but she has 2 other properties free and clear. So what she's going to do is she wants to take money out of one of the units to pay off one of the houses so she can get rid of that high interest rate, right? So she has a 9% rate in the house, right? Because it's she got private money on it. So now, right? I was like, listen, she goes, Eric, how much do I have to report to take out $450,000? So the math is going to be a little over $100,000. She has to report because the taxes are higher. How much money does she have to pay in taxes if she reports $100,000, right? So I go, talk to your accountant. What's going to be your tax liability? Or do you do a DSCR cash out refinance in your property that's free and clear? We don't use your tax returns. We use your leases. She has a lease in one of the units for $4,500. So as long as the mortgage doesn't increase over $4,500, she can buy a house without using her property, her taxes. This is called a debt service coverage ratio loan. Now, the rate's a little higher than if you were to look at buy a primary residence. She has good credit. Her rate was a 7.25%, which is not bad for a loan that you're not going to use taxes on. And we're going to get close to the $450 that she needs to pay off the 9% rate, right? So she basically is taking cash out of one, and she's still going to have equity because the house is worth almost $1 million. She's still going to have equity, right? But she's paying off a 9% mortgage, and I think a lot of it is it's interest only too.
Can you do a DSCR loan on your primary residence, or it has to be an investment property?
You can do a DSCR loan on primary residence because a DSCR is an investment property. Primary residence is not investment. Now, there's other kinds of loans as a self-employed borrower that you can do without showing taxes. But since it's riskier for the banks, the rates are going to be higher, right? The down payment may be a little higher if you're going to buy a house. So we talk about that because I talked to a construction worker, right? Owns a contracting company, makes a lot of money, brings a lot of money in. Okay, so either he has to report a higher income to buy a house that he wants to buy, or he can put a bigger down payment using there's some different programs. He can do a bank statement program where what we do is we look at the average deposits of 12 months of bank statements from his business, and we look at what are the recurring expenses, and with that we can say, hey, this is what your income is without taxable income. That's one way we do it. The other way we do it is we have a P&L loan where your CPA is going to create a profit and loss and saying that Jose is going to be earning $150,000 this year, right? It's not taxes, and it's not an audited P&L. It's a profit and loss loan. These are what's called non-qualified mortgages. we can't sell these loans to Freddie Mac or Fannie Mae because you have limited documentation. But this person says, Eric, I've been filing, less taxable income, so I don't really pay that many taxes year over year. So I was able to save $150. I have $150 that I can use. So now he's going to buy a property and put 20% down using the P&L program, right? So this is why it's so important to speak to advisors so we can guide you in the right direction. Do you want to report higher income so you get an FHA loan or a conventional loan? And maybe that's what you want to do, depending on the prices.
Only for 1 year. Go back to normal.
And this is how it is, right? So typically for an FHA loan, guys, we have to average out 2 years, right? 2 years of net income. But if you have good credit and if you have your business sustainable for 5 years or more, we may be able to only go 1 year tax returns in a conventional mortgage, right? So that's why it's so important for us to look at your situation to say, hey, listen, instead of reporting income high 2 years and go FHA, why don't you just go high 1 year in conventional and do that? It's super important to talk to an advisor to really guide you in the right direction because everybody's situation is different, right?
Still here, right?
Perfect. So look, guys, we got you gotta get a close up of him. So you guys got the full service over here, and he turned the bachata off because we're talking. Was it on Fridays you have a band here too?
Yeah, so look, when it's Friday, and it's payday, you come, you get a facial, you get a little massage, you gotta get your stress out. So we got a few different items here on the board, and one of them is the post-cut combo, which is a part of the haircut and the facial together. But there's also the VIP one, which is the full post-cut combo, which is a deep clean scrub with aromatherapy and with the steamer. And that's like the big boys, the VIP. So, we got a few of those.
That's for payday Fridays.
Yeah. You're welcome to come on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Yeah. So that's great. So we got full concierge service here, which guys, we need to take care of ourselves, man. So you got to make sure you come and take care. Listen, we're gonna make sure. So Jose's been my barber for a long time, and I don't have a lot of things. I don't have a lot of hair to barber.
But when he had hair, I was cutting.
But he shakes me up. But I will say, right, we have to make sure that we don't show this clip to Nelson's full-time barber because he's gonna get jealous because you're giving him a massage and everything, bro.
I'm gonna have to come for Passaic Road.
He's gonna have to send a video apology.
We're gonna send him flowers, bro. So we're here. Listen, and Nelson is again. I love working with people that treat people fairly, with kindness. Listen, I work with a lot of different realtors, and a lot of them is about making that fast dollar and about the transaction. And I fortunately am in a place in my career where I can choose who I want to work with. And if I know somebody doesn't have a good reputation, right, or does something shady, I simply just do not want to work with them because in the end, this is what feeds my family, right? I don't want anything to catch up to me. You feeling good over there, Nelson?
Feel good. You need the VIP treatment, baby.
Eric, did you know the Fraternity Brothers?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I know he was. We had cigars. A couple times, and then I know that there was one of what was it? The Mason is an SLSU.
Yeah, so he's good friends with Freddie Nunez and.
Yeah. So did you know he was coming?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew. I was like, all right. I figured that. No. I figured because I was like, all right, he's probably around here. Probably. It's speaking of LSU brothers, Mike Madrano's his birthday today.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, Madrano was here.
Yeah, he was. Who Josh or Mike?
No, Josh.
Josh, yeah.
I asked him about the event tomorrow.
The comedy show.
He
Yeah.
said he couldn't go because his brother's birthday.
I'll be there. Mention a little bit.
What?
Every
Whatever?
comedy show in Morristown. You guys should come.
You guys should come.
I'm going with my wife.
Listen,
Oh, there
it's
you go.
100. So the comedy club owner today told me that it can fit 111 people. But then the comedian that is gonna, he's a fraternity brother of mine. He says we can squeeze 115. Bro, right now we're about 120 people deep. So
You need two tickets. I got two tickets. Oh,
no, you got a bunch of tickets.
Free. No, I got two tickets.
No, you guys can make
Give
it.
it to him.
Yeah, we're good. Yo, Vic, if you want to come tomorrow.
Let me find out. I don't know what to say. I know I don't have anything going on.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
know what Jazz has got going on.
So what we do is, let me talk about this. So basically, right, what I try to be a little bit different and unique, right? But what I like to do is a couple times a year. I've been doing this for a few years now. A fraternity brother of mine is a professional comedian, super funny, and we've been going to different places around New Jersey, and we host. I call it closings in comedy, and the whole thing about this is I like to bring past clients together, realtors, family, friends, sphere of influence, potential clients that can come in and we just laugh together, right? We just laugh, hang out. I think it's something that's different. I enjoy it, and people seem to enjoy it. It keeps it getting bigger and bigger every time we do it. The comics are fantastic. Like
You don't even know who they are, but they're funny as hell.
but you know what? Then you follow them and you see them. They've been on Netflix and Amazon Prime, and they have their own
Cruises.
YouTube specials, cruises. So really, really legit comedians. And listen, I feel like one of the best ways to celebrate with people, to break bread, is laugh with them, right?
That's their
So we'll be going live for a little bit tomorrow at the comedy show to give you a snippet. I have a videographer going tomorrow to kind of shoot the location. But this is something that we do. We call it closings in comedy, and it's always a good time. You know, it's getting bigger and bigger. So we're actually over capacity right now. But you know how it is. Last minute, people won't make it and whatnot. So hopefully we can be squeezed in tight at 115 people there tomorrow. Cool. All right. Anything else? Any questions? Anything else that you want to talk about, Nelson? What time is it? Podemos hablar en español un poquito. ¿Qué hora es? Vamos a hablar en español. TikTok, what's popping? How you doing? I can't see your comments, but we're gonna be posting clips of this live as well.
Ready for the comedy show. Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, vamos a hacer una
El
pregunta.
hombre del próximo que se va a recortar.
You're gonna get a cut, Vic?
No.
Para que se haga la entrevista.
Do you smoke cigars?
I do smoke cigars. Yeah.
So we can go smoke a
He
cigar.
cooks. So what asshole?
You get down?
I like to, yeah.
Yeah, on the grill. That's what's up. But what's your specialty? When you say he cooks that, what did you taste that he made that you said?
Steaks.
Oh, on the grill.
Your steaks.
Do you do like tailgating, things like that? Like
Oh, yeah.
where?
And the Giants game.
The Giants game.
You still have your tickets or did you give them
Nah, I
up?
give them away. Yeah. I had it for 2 years, and it was more for my son because I'm not a Giants fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Niner fan. Yeah. Yeah. So I gave him up.
Turn it around.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think they have they're building a good foundation. Hopefully, but you never know.
I haven't done it in 2 years, honestly. Honestly, we think they're going to college. Money's a little tight, so and then it hasn't been as organized as it has been in the past.
What the tailgates?
The trip to, you know.
Yeah.
And so I know you went last year, right? To Pittsburgh. So, you know, I know there's been smaller recruits that have been going. You know.
You've always gone to like a different game, right?
You
Yeah.
want to bring him in?
Honestly, since
Quiero un agua.
Maybe people not listening to what I say.
yeah, so he's been out there what? Maybe 2 years now.
I know one of the Danny. He's married to my
Priscilla. Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah. LSU's every LSU brother I've met has always been cool, bro. Some cool LSU's.
Likewise.
So vamos a hablar un poco en español, porque mira, estamos aquí hablando con nuestro ¿cómo se dice? Audiencia. Y queremos también, si hablan español, es importante de hablar con un profesional que hable su idioma, porque mira, si tú estás comprando casa por la primera vez y si tú eres la primera persona en tu familia que ha comprado, que simplemente muchos latinos son así, que ellos están comprando casa por la primera vez en su familia, eso no tienen como una dirección de los familiares. Entonces es importante de trabajar con un agente inmobiliario y con un prestamista hipotecario para que te guíe y tú te sientas bien haciendo esta meta, ¿verdad? So,
La compra más grande de su vida.
la compra más grande de su vida. Imagínate, y si tú no entiendes lo que estás firmando, el contrato, una pregunta, ¿los contratos de compra lo tienen en español o tienen que ser en
No,
inglés?
es en inglés. Pero yo se lo puedo traducir. O el abogado, buscamos la manera de educar al cliente.
Eso es bien importante, ¿verdad? Porque imagínate, tiene que ser por ley, estamos aquí en Estados Unidos, tiene que ser en inglés. Pero tiene que tener alguien que te explique eso.
¿Y la aplicación de mortgage? ¿Solamente en inglés?
Imagínate, en inglés. Ahora, hay compañías y nosotros, tú puedes comenzar las aplicaciones en español para que tú le des los datos del ingreso que tiene la casa, ¿sabes? De los trabajos. Y también podemos nosotros, los disclosures que uno firma, también se lo puede mandar en español. Pero imagínate, hasta en inglés la gente no lo entiende y se habla en inglés. Entonces, es importante que tú sepas lo que tú estás firmando porque es un contrato. Imagínate, tú estás metiendo un préstamo por 30 años. ¿Cuál es el interés? ¿Cuánto vas a hacer los pagos? ¿Cuáles son los numeritos? ¿Cuáles son los costos de cierre? La gente nunca sabe, la gente algunas veces no saben de los costos de cierre.
Muchas veces llegamos el día del cierre y no hay dinero.
Y no hay dinero.
¿De dónde sale ese dinero?
Eso se tiene que hablar al principio. De la primera, mira, cuando una gente me llama a mí, Eric, me dio su número de teléfono, Nelson, quiero comprar una casa. Yo tengo una conversación con ellos por 10 minutos y yo le digo, perfecto, yo le hago preguntas sobre el primero comprador. Yo le felicito porque el primer paso es aprender para guiarse. Lo felicito. ¿A dónde quiere comprar? ¿Qué tipo de casa quiere comprar? ¿De una casa multifamiliar? ¿De una familia? ¿Un condominio? Porque eso me está ya me está ayudando a ver cuál otra pregunta te tengo que hacer. Y después yo le pregunto sobre el ingreso, el crédito y el dinero que tiene. Porque la cantidad de aprobación, la cantidad de casas que puede comprar va a depender del ingreso que uno tiene. Y también qué tipo de ingreso tiene. ¿Tú trabajas por una compañía o tú tienes tu propia compañía como José o como nosotros? Porque ahí, ¿cómo hacemos los cálculos en ingresos diferentes que si tú tienes un W2? ¿Tú trabajas part-time o te ganan bonos o comisiones? La manera que nosotros hacemos los cálculos es diferente con eso, ¿verdad? ¿Cuál es el crédito suyo? Porque hay diferentes programas. Se puede ir de FHA, convencional. ¿Cuánto dinero tiene usted para comprar una casa? Porque mira, estábamos hablando anteriormente sobre el tener el 3.5% en una casa de $500,000, esos son $17,500 que uno necesita para el pago inicial. Yo lo tengo, perfecto. Ok, eso es una parte. Pero hay los costos de cierre. Los costos de cierre incluyen si va el abogado, la inspección, la compañía de título que te va a proteger a ti, el seguro de casa, el appraisal, los fees del banco, las meses de reserva que se necesita, si hay transfer taxes. Eso aquí en Nueva Jersey, en una casa de $500,000, vas a pagar entre $15,000 y $17,000 en costos de cierre. Eso es algo que en la primera conversación tenemos. Porque si yo voy a aprobar a alguien, Nelson, y ellos tienen el pago inicial, pero no tienen el costo de cierre, tú lo tienes que saber.
Y más importante, ¿a dónde está el dinero? ¿De dónde viene?
¿Está bajo de la cama?
No good.
Está bajo de la cama, está un shoebox, right? No se puede usar efectivo. Mira, yo hoy mismo, mañana yo tengo un cierre que un señor estaba en contrato. La abogada, yo estoy en un grupo con esta abogada y yo la conocí y dije, mira, no me gusta cómo lo están guiando a él. Ese es un hijo de un cliente de nosotros por mucho tiempo. Él lo puede atender. Yo lo atendí, le estaba dando un préstamo de FHA, pero el papá le iba a regalar 20%. ¿Para qué va a comprar el FHA? Se lo cambié. Pero como yo no lo comencé con él desde el principio, el papá le estaba dando cash, efectivo. El depósito inicial de $1,000 que le dio era en cash, no se puede utilizar. Teníamos que cambiarlo, teníamos que dar otro regalo, ¿verdad? Y eso atrasó el proceso como unos 3 o 4 días, pero porque le estaban dando un consejo malo. Yo lo dejo saber desde el principio para que no cometan esos errores durante la transacción, ¿verdad? Y vamos a suponer que si no tienen los costos de cierre, bueno, ahí entonces vamos a tener que tener una estrategia. Hay diferentes programas. Tal vez tú calificas por un programa en Nueva Jersey, por ejemplo, que te damos entre 10 a 15 mil dólares de ayuda para el pago inicial, para que tú tengas entonces suficiente dinero para los costos de cierre. Tenemos un programa que puede financiar el pago inicial en el préstamo, eso se llama FHA Financing. Eso de $17,500, una casa de 500,000, se puede poner en el préstamo para que tú tengas suficiente dinero para el costo de cierre. O si no, Nelson ya tiene que saber que para que te acepten la oferta para que tú puedas comprar, tienes que pedirle ese crédito al vendedor. Se llama un seller's concession. Entonces tenemos que nosotros trabajar bien juntos para usted, para saber la estrategia, ¿verdad? Y tienen que saberlo desde el principio. Ahora, yo te dejo saber eso en 10 minutos, la primera conversación, pero ahora, para yo hacerte la aprobación y tener otra conversación más detallada, tengo que ver los taxes, los pay stubs suyos, tengo que chequearte el crédito, de dónde viene el dinero, tengo que ver la cuenta bancaria, porque tenemos que verificar todo eso antes de comenzar a buscar casa. Y también otra cosa, tú le preguntas cuando alguien viene para ti, Nelson, y te pregunta a ti, sí, mira, yo quiero una casa, Eric me dijo que yo estoy aprobado por una casa de 700,000. Ok, ¿tú estás bien pagando $6,000 al mes? No, eso no. Yo no me quiero pagar $3,000 al mes, entonces no podemos buscar una casa de 700,000. Eso es importante, no tener la preaprobación. Te vamos a dejar saber hasta cuánto llega en casa, pero también tenemos que ver cuál es el budget suyo. Porque sí, es verdad, comprando una casa te ayuda a generar riqueza, right? Wealth, durante el tiempo. Pero no quiero que tú estás trabajando nada más para pagar un mortgage.
Ay, que no puedes salir, celebrar un birthday, lo que sea, una vacación.
Que no sea un castigo.
No sea un castigo. Pero la gente también tiene los ojos que vean Instagram y ve la casa de Víctor que le hizo a la cocina, a la casa tuya. Yo quiero una casa ahí, yo quiero la casa como Víctor, pero Víctor tiene, ¿cuántos años tiene en tu casa, Víctor? 20. Entonces tú no puedes tener los ojos comparando con otra gente con Instagram. Tú tienes que decir, ok, yo quiero mi casa y algunas veces me tengo que comprar una casa que le tengo que hacer un arreglito poco a poco. Y esa primera casa no vas a ser la casa de los sueños. Pero necesitas esa primera casa para que en el futuro pueda comprar la casa de sus sueños. ¿Right?
¿Y cuál consejo tú le das a un muchacho que quiere meterse a este negocio?
A este negocio. Pero primero quiero darle un consejo a los que van a comprar también su primera casa. Bueno, como él dijo, la primera casa tal vez nunca va a ser la casa de tus sueños. Pero hay una regla. Tú sí puedes comprar una casa en un neighborhood, ¿verdad? ¿Cómo se dice neighborhood?
Vecindario.
Un vecindario bueno y que la casa no esté totalmente buena, porque tú puedes hacer una casa buena, pero tú no puedes hacer un vecindario bueno. Eso es algo importante que yo aprendí cuando me mudé de Nueva York. Yo estaba buscando mi primera casa, lo cual yo vine a New Jersey, aquí en Rosa Park, fue porque quería una mejor vida para mis hijos, una mejor educación, una mejor escuela. Y lo primero que yo me enfoqué no fue en la casa, yo me enfoqué en buscar un vecindario que me diera todos esos puntos. Ya lo que viene después de la casa sería un poquito secundario, en el sentido de que la casa tú la puedes arreglar.
Y esa es la regla número 1, real estate. Location.
Eso es importante, imagínate. Y lo bueno que aquí en Nueva Jersey nosotros tenemos los districtos de la escuela son uno de los mejores en los Estados Unidos enteros. Si tú estás en un condado,
El eléctrico, pues.
no está bien, ya estamos terminando.
Pero no es que son negociantes.
Sí, yo no tengo el cargador. Para bring it. Si tú estás comprando una casa en el neighborhood que quieres, con una escuela buena, que tú manejas 30 minutos, una hora, te gusta ese área. Con el tiempo esa casa va a crecer con valor. Como le digo, una casa de $500,000 hoy día en 4 años vas a subir por $100,000, ¿verdad? Esta casa de valor. Y en el futuro vamos a suponer que ya los hijos suyos, por ejemplo, ya se está creciendo.
Ya gracias a Dios ya están 23, 22, nos gozamos a casa y estamos ahí.
Imagínate, tú te ves en tu casa y te vas para la República Dominicana ya.
No, estoy pensando ahora rentarla,
o para Puerto Rico.
sacarle el equity y voy para mi país a comprar una ahora. Con el dinero que ya produjo la misma casa.
Y tú le puedes sacar el equity para comprar otra casa y esa casa se sigue pagando sola y sigue subiendo en valor y sigue tener beneficios de los impuestos. Porque cuando tú tienes tu propia casa, hay beneficios de los impuestos. Entonces, yo le digo a la gente que si me dice, mira, yo estoy pagando $2,000 al mes en renta. Si yo compro una casa ahora, voy a pagar $3,000 más. Vamos a poner un ejemplo. Ok, son $1,000 más al mes ahorita mismo, pero al final del año tú vas a recibir más dinero para atrás del IRS o tienes que pagar menos porque hay un beneficio. Pero también $2,000 al mes rentando, en un año está tirando por la basura $24,000. En tu casa, la equidad va a seguir subiendo.
Y el principal baja.
Bueno. Ahora, eso sí, el principal por los primeros 15 años se baja poco a poco porque la mayoría del pago se va a los intereses al principio. Es un préstamo tradicional de 30 años, pero todavía se va a bajar poco a poco, ¿verdad?
Y hay forma de cortar esos años, que yo he probado, y la forma es el mismo total del monto que tiene que pagar mensual, divídelo en 2, mándalo el día 14 del mes, manda la otra mitad el día que tiene que pagar el mortgage, el día antes, y le va a costar como 10 años por ahí.
Ya aquí tú tienes, aquí mismo en este negocio, tiene gente que han comprado casa, ha arreglado casa, lo ha vendido casa. Es bueno de tener a gente en tu esquina que ya ha hecho lo que tú quieres hacer, lo que tú quieres lograr. Bien importante. All right, guys, so listen, we're wrapping up. I always have fun talking to my friends. And there's no script. We just chat it up. I think a lot of people have analysis paralysis if they want to do like a podcast, right? Because they want it to be scripted. And sometimes we're a little too stiff. And then podcast is the editing afterward. I know there's things like Opus clips I edited, but I want to come to you live and have a real life conversation. And the cool thing is that in the Restream app, right, we post clips and we can post it in the next few days. But I'm going to do this every Wednesday. Stay tuned for the announcement for the next live with Eric and friends. But I want to thank Jose for staying later than he should have, taking care of us today. We want to shout out Post Cuts right here in Roosevelt Park. If you guys want to cheat on your barber,
or if you want to start with a new barber,
or
your barber is not treating you well.
You just saw the VIP treatment that was given. Try out Jose. He's great. He's been doing this for 30 years, right?
Well, it's going to be 30 years in June.
It's going to be 30 years.
We're going to do a little celebration.
Eric, thank you for having me.
No, man. Nelson, man.
I always mortgage rep.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate your professionalism, your integrity. You're a great professional, and we hang out. We